What is going on, Dog Pound? This is Don the Bomb, back again with more heartbreak and disappointment. See, I had to wait a full 24 hours to even make a rant video. It's just to be expected anymore. I mean, each of my rants, my game breakdowns, whatever they are, they're getting less views every week because A, people are just getting sick and tired of the clowns losing week after week after week. And two, probably sick of me, seeing me talk and complain about week after week heartbreak and disappointment. I don't blame anybody. It's terrible. So game 15 yesterday at Cincinnati, the Browns led by DTR lose to the Bengals 24-6. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who substituted for Jameis Winston, which I think anybody knows why this move was made. Jameis Winston, with all of his mistakes and interceptions and whatever, he still gives the Browns the best chance of victory. And I think at this point in the season, being, 3-11 at the time, 3-11, there's nothing to play for except for spoiler. They still could have done that, but they started Dorian Thompson-Robinson because it was the easiest way to lose, the easiest path to lose. You want to see what he has, but I think we've seen enough of DTR to know that he's just, unfortunately, not a starting caliber NFL quarterback. But so you roll with him and you go into full tank mode. I mean, Nick Chubb unfortunately broke his foot last week, so that's that. Poor Nick Chubb. That's just terrible, terrible luck. Actually, Jerome Ford had a big 66-yard touchdown run, which was the only bright spot of a otherwise just disgusting effort. I mean, the defense played good for the most part. What can you do against Joe Burrow, who threw for 3 touchdowns? But DTR, I'm sorry. I mean, what can you say? The guy, I think he was sacked 3 times. Or actually, what's his stats were? He was he 20 of 34, 157 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He was sacked 5 times, which continues. The Browns are the worst when it comes to protecting the quarterback. I mean, DTR, in his defense, he was running for his life most of the game. I mean, the line really didn't do him any favors at all. But when you make the Bengals defense look good, that's bad. Bengals defense is so horrible. I mean, how many times have the Bengals this year scored 30 points or more and lost? And we make them look good? 6 points. If it wasn't for that long touchdown by Ford, we would probably been shut out. So DTR just isn't the answer. I think we've seen enough of him, but he will continue to start because we're going in tank mode, because Jameis Winston does give us our best chance of victory, and I'm sure they knew that going into this, and that's why they made the decision to bench Jameis, because there's no reason to win. You're just affecting the draft pick positioning. And right now, I think in the tankathon, I think we're 4th right now. If the draft started today, we would be, I think, the 4th. We'd have the 4th pick in the first round. It's hard to believe we even have a first-round pick with all the picks that we've given away to the Houston Texans in that just awful Deshaun Watson trade. The worst trade, not only in NFL history, but sports history. And we still have him for 2 more years, so I don't even know what's going to happen. I will just digress. I don't even want to get into it because that's just another can of worms, something that they're going to have to cross the road with. There's a lot of money tied into that guy, and that's going to affect us next year when we try to get a quarterback to actually do something, unless they plan on putting Watson back out there again. Whatever. So after that loss, the Browns just go to a unfortunate, disgusting, never thought this would have happened, but makes perfect sense. Browns doing Browns things. 3-12. The Bengals are up to 7-8. They're trying to hold on to their playoff hopes. Well, they're still there. David Njoku had a good game. He had 8 receptions. Like I said, on the Bengals side, Burrow had 3 touchdowns. Jamar Chase had almost 100 yards receiving. Chase Brown had almost 100 yards rushing. But pathetic. 3-12. So, if you can't beat them, join them. Love you, Joe Thomas, but get off my body. Who they? Who they gonna think gonna beat them Bengals? Who they? Until the next one, Browns fans. Have a good night, everybody.